every spot, looking for your ass and we hide with the infrared so need to flash it like some fucking disco lights. We gonna cut you into itty bitty parts. Meet me on your side of town where they keep the graveyards. Crushed glass, dead rats, lots of trash.
It's the NBA here on 2K Sports. Glad you tuned in on this Wednesday night for our live coverage. Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr are here. Doris Burke is our sideline reporter, and this is Kevin Hart. This Arizona crowd ready to roar in this Western Conference matchup for the Phoenix Suns. And going against Oklahoma City, their first meeting of the year. They could only manage a single win in 4 tries against these guys last year.
Well, and for the sake of bragging rights, it's in effect a best-of-3 season series between these two clubs. So you kind of want to get off to a good start here.
Now the opening lineup for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Durant, Ibaka, and Perkins compose the front court. Westbrook and Harden in the backcourt. And for the Suns, Nash at the 1 with Vince Carter at the 2. Hill at the 3 with Stoudemire at the 4. And it's Gortat in at the 5. Now here's Nash. Carter outside. Clock at 6. From about 16. That's good.
On the offensive end.
All right, Doris, thank you very much.
You know, guys, you think back to a team like the Suns. They had a terrific shot at winning the championship just a few short seasons ago, and it doesn't seem like they're in real contention.
A number of tough breaks and maybe a few self-inflicted wounds along the way.
Well, Steve Nash is getting older. Still was a very productive.
What you said about leadership in Westbrook, that is a must-have quality to possess as a point guard in the NBA.
And, Kevin, if you're going to lead a team into battle, especially the Western Conference, you need a battle-tested guard. Homebody, works at it, gets home, gets off his feet. I mean, he's high performance, low maintenance. You love that.
A lot of good qualities.
Yeah.
Cephalosha's shot is good. Here is Brooks. Guarded by Robinson. Here's Hill, and 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. Hey, Robinson picks one up.
That's good defense. Don't let a guy get a lay-in, foul hard, and send him to the free throw line.
Yeah, I like that billboard there. Sending a message. You can't come in here and get anything free in our paint.
From outside the arc. No good on the buzzer beater. Offense, the order of the day as the first quarter comes to a close. It's the Thunder. They're up by 6. Here is Robinson. And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. On the court for the Suns, Gortat is out there with Warwick. Then it's Brooks. Then there's Jared Dudley. And it's Carter in at the 2. Here's Warwick. Back to Brooks. 6 on the shot clock. Puts it up. The Thunder leading by 8. Jumps up. Oh! Here's a second look with the Sprite Slam Cam.
Well, he took that one to the rack with some purpose.
I'll say beautiful.
Another board for them, and they've got a huge advantage in that regard.
Yeah, it's not really a surprise. I mean, rebounding one of the true barometers in winning basketball games, and if you rebound better.
Collison comes in for Serge Ibaka, and Thabo Cephalosha subbed in for Daquan Cook. Here's Nash. Robinson picks him up. Nash kicks to Carter. Guarded by Harden. They need this. Slammed home, and he draws the...
Westbrook is really incredible as a force in the open court. He's got such a speed and power to him.
All good questions to look for answers for, Steve. Certainly the Suns need more young talent. This is a team that was selling First-round picks only a few short seasons ago, Clark.
It's the way it's been. A big margin for them in the rebounding category.
You know, sometimes you got to get down and dirty and do the dirty work. And in this one, they've done it, and it's paid off on the scoreboard in a big way.
From deep, Harden. Good, and the assist goes to Robinson. A missed shot.
Well, going back to James Harden, you know, he's able to create his own shot. And I think what happened with Harden was after Jeff Green was traded to Boston, it opened up more of an offensive responsibility for him, and he took advantage. He really became kind of the pressure release, the third option
in the first half. Harden working against Carter. Harden the pass to Muhammad. Over Lopez. And there's another.
Young, so as they get more seasoning, they're going to be a really difficult team to handle for a long time.
Here's Harden. Good work defensively by Carter. Suns trail by 16. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Hill left side. Rebounded by Serge Ibaka. Ibaka's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Harden dishes to Westbrook. Shoots from the elbow. No good, trying to beat the buzzer. And so a pretty lopsided game through the first half. We'll be right back from Phoenix. So here's Westbrook. Taking a look at the Thunder. Durant, Ibaka, and Perkins compose the front court. Westbrook and Harden in the backcourt. That drops. Durant's got the first basket of the third quarter for the Thunder. Nash with it. Westbrook picks him up. Nash kicks to Carter. From past the arc. And that one's good. As a statesman, his dad was a fraternity brother at Yale with George W. Bush. And his mom, college roommates at one time with Hillary Clinton at Wellesley. I mean, Steve, who'd you room with? Anybody famous?
Yeah, interesting. Well, unfortunately, he just has not been able to produce offensively to this point. Now the Suns missed out on the playoffs for only...
Harden's got his 4th rebound in this one. Next up will be a home game matched up against the Pacers. That game is the first and last of their homestand. Subbed in for James Harden. Brooks the pass to Fry. Takes it up with both hands. Back to Gortat. He's against Perkins. And here's Fry for 3. Gets it to go.
Good team play there. You move the ball until you find the right shot for the right person.
They're a well-oiled machine, Steve. I mean, working extremely well as a cohesive unit. Every pass delivered on time and on target.
He can't buy anything right now, guys.
No bounces going his way. I tell you, it's been tough out there for him.
Outside Durant. Brooks covering. The jump hook, got it off in time, but it's no good. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough.
They get the Sprite Spark Award. The second quarter is when the game opened up, and they have been able to hold on to that lead ever since. Coach has got to be pleased with the consistent effort they've put in thus far.
Thanks, Doris. Clark, it was a scoring run that proved extremely important.
Yeah, Kevin, you know what? I think that's exactly when they grabbed this one.
So with Nash sitting on the bench, here's who Alvin Gentry's going with. They've got Carter. Warwick is out there with Jared Dudley. Then it's Brooks, and it's Gortat in at the 5 spot.
Franchise that's got some difficult decisions to make, and it's also a franchise that is very accustomed to winning. They're one of the all-time leaders in winning percentage in the NBA.
You know, he's definitely a catalyst for their offense, guys. I mean, he is so talented. He really causes problems for the other team's defense.
Brooks dishes to Warwick. Outside Carter. There's the pin. And Serge Ibaka, the bucket on the
performance in this half. He didn't play as well in the first, but you just know what.
And slam down hard. Another look on the Sprite Slam Cam.
You gotta be willing to put a body in. Now you can see why the defense is willing to let him take that shot. That's really not his range.
From about 16, Russell Westbrook again. Here is Petrus. Here's Nash, and it's Harden picking him up. Nash outside. Arm's length from the hoop. He knocks it down. Getting back to what Steve was just saying about Westbrook and what you've talked about, that respect he gets for his drive certainly opens up a lot of jumpers.
It sure does, Kevin. I mean, you just can't play him straight up out on the perimeter because he's got such speed. He goes around. His ball handling is good.
Well, Clark, that's an interesting story you talk about. That $4 million donation or bid was made by a Kansas Jayhawk fan. Going back to those first 13 rules, of course, the sport is
so popular around the world, growing so quickly, and just a joy for us to be able to sit here and watch this game every day.
Here's Ibaka, and there's another one for the Thunder. And the Thunder go the other way.
They have really been a group of glass eaters out there today, fellas. I mean, just devouring any and all rebounds.
And I think that's the difference in the game right now. A double-digit.
Oh!
James Harden. That's probably going to do it. They are just putting this team away.
Steve, I thought they caught fire just at the right time, blowing this one wide open as the clock winds down.
Nash outside. Jumps up. The rebound by Harden.
You got to like the interior defense, guys. Really strong, protecting the rim.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Now here's Westbrook. 6 to shoot. Unload from 9. No good.
Very porous defense down there by the hoop. He probably should make that one.
So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. Some days, Clark, everything goes right for a team, and they just had one of those games.
Yeah, it certainly was. I mean, these guys played a great all-around basketball game here.
And that'll do it for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke. This is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. And now we present the Jordan Player of the Game, Kevin Durant.
Nigga ass off his